It comes to this. 3 points or the postseason aspirations for Sacramento Republic are over. Standing in the way, the Tacoma Defiance, who also have playoffs hopes. Good afternoon. Alongside Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. Today's contest is brought to you by UC Davis Health. A resounding effort Wednesday led to a season-high 26 shots for Sacramento. However, it would result in just a point in the draw with LA. Today, there is only one way forward to playing in November, and Adam, that means a win.
Two teams in desperation mode, so I fully expect an exciting one here this afternoon with both squad seasons hanging on the line. For Sacramento, they want more of the same from that last match versus Defiance, where they got 3 fantastic goals and played with energy and conviction. Tacoma will need more attacking magic to get their first victory of the season against the Republic. This should be a good one.
In 11 tries, Tacoma has never beaten Sacramento here at home. Republic looking to make it win number 10 on this glorious afternoon in Northern California. Defiance, Republic, it's coming up next.
This is the look of a boy who had 3 open heart surgeries by the age of 3. A boy who weathered some of his toughest storms before he could speak. A boy who now has the heart to change the world and a lifetime to do it. For extraordinary breakthroughs and everyday childhoods, UC Davis Health is the region's only nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
Hi, I'm Tucker Bone, and as a Sacramento native, the El Dorado National Forest has played a large role in my childhood growing up here and the many experiences I've had. And now our neighbors affected by the Caldor fire need us. Our chairman and CEO, Kevin Nagel, will be matching donations up to $10,000 to the El Dorado Community Foundation. Donate at sacrepublicfc.com/fire relief.
Cameron Owasso right through the wickets from Duke ball. Cameron Owasso! Cuello's got a step. Cuello's got the goal. Sacramento has a 2-goal advantage here at Hart-Held Park. Oh my goodness, Luis Felipe! Celebrate, young man. That's a beauty. A gorgeous 75-degree fall day in Northern California for Tacoma Defiance and Sacramento Republic. Consolidated Communications matchup of the game. Let's begin with Republic's Polish striker, Darek Formella. 3 straight games, he's had a goal in all of them. He is best tear of the year.
He's picked it up as of late, and he's so crafty when that ball comes to him. So many things can happen, and we've seen him put the ball in the back of the net, similar to what he did last season. So picking it up at the right time.
Has a good run of form against Tacoma over the last 2 seasons. Well, he'll hope to keep that going. On the other end, a very dangerous striker, the youngster out of Houston, Texas, Sam Adeniran, Team of the Week player. He's been all over the map in terms of his development. It's only going in the right direction.
10 goals, it's fantastic output for a team who, you know, are full of younger players. So excited to watch him again tonight. We've seen plenty of him. He's a big boy, he's a handful, but give him time and space and he can crack a good shot.
Arden Fair starting 11, 4-3-3. Couple of changes for Mark Briggs aside. Nabi Kibanguchi back in. Emil Cuello in the lineup. That moves Darek Formella up top with the Owasso and Foster, but also getting a run, the speedster, Shannon Gomez.
He'll be up and down that line tonight. He's got incredible pace, but it's good to see Emil Cuello coming back in. He made a huge impact in that last match where he came in and basically set up the goal.
And for the Defiance, they're going to go a 3-4-3. And a lot of changes over the last couple of weeks. They've really been struggling, but they hope this is the winning formula today.
Alec Diaz coming back in. He'll sit underneath the dinner end. He's a real clever player. He's one, if you give too much time and space, he'll make things happen.
Brandon Stevis is our referee here today at Hard-Held Park. Adam Moffett, Rob McAllister with you. The crowd is geared up, ready to go with Youth Soccer Day at the park. Great energy, gotta feel it. It's the Old Glory Red for Republic. It's white for Tacoma. There's the first kick. And here we go from Sacramento. Luis Felipe getting the attack going early. And it was Carlton Belmar said, from the first whistle, we have to come out with intensity, give it our all, and play as quick as possible. We saw that against LA on Wednesday.
They have to play with that enthusiasm, that energy. The season's on the line right here, so you'd hope for nothing else.
Essentially 2 more matches after this for Sacramento. Without 3 points today, the all intents and purposes, the season likely over in terms of the aspirations of the postseason. 7 straight years of making the playoffs. No other club can claim that here from day one. It's been the Republic success story, but they've had a bit of trouble this year trying to pick up wins, to find those goals at the end. And Mark Briggs talked about, you know, it seems like he's been a broken record. It's the final quality, that final touch that has really let us down this year. And it's been a problem. It's where they are because of those issues.
Goals win games, and unfortunately for Sacramento, there just hasn't been enough of them this year. There hasn't, and you compound that with the fact that there's been too many errors defensively, and that's why the team's in the position they're in.
But still a chance here today. Tacoma also vying for a playoff spot. Jaime Villarreal back healthy into the starting 11. It's been a couple of matches now for him and Felipe being paired together. And they do such a nice job of the holding role, but you'll see Villarreal, even Felipe, move up into the attack from time to time. And they earn the game's first corner, brought to you by Atlas Disposal. Christian Herrera right now with the fall time of year, you're looking directly in the sun. How do you take advantage of that, Adam?
Put it right on top of him straight away. You see Cuello's going to do this. He's the left foot. He's just going to hang that up. So he's not going to swerve this in, being left footed, but he'll float it up there. Give the keeper a decision. Do I come get it? Do I leave it for the defenders? It's a good opportunity early here for Sacramento.
Emil Cuello, short corner, Malik Foster. Right back to Cuello. Cuello, a little bit of room. Double team coming. He'll have to escape. Here's a second chance. It's cleared away by Tacoma. Malik Foster trying to get it right back in. Felipe laying it off. Formella! And it's down to Christian Herrera. 24th appearance on, excuse me, 16th appearance on the year. 23 goals allowed for a 1.53 average. But 6-6 out of New Mexico as the flag goes up for offside. He's been a handful, so with that wingspan, with that ability to get out in the air, Christian Herrera is going to be the one tough goalkeeper to get past today.
That was a nice play. Luis Felipe kept it alive, just sliding that ball right into Formella's path, and easy enough for Herrera, but we've seen him. He's produced some really big saves, and you see Felipe just perfectly weighted right into the pole for Mella.
UC Davis Health Injury Report, reminding you that they're ready to offer you quality care for you and your family. And of course, Tucker Bones still out for the season, and Tacoma healthy. Good news, Pete Penninen's back. You got Patrick Way, Nabi Kimaguchi back. No longer on suspension is Luis Felipe. Look at this ball, trying to serve it through to Malik Foster. It's a Republic. They've got everyone. Now they got to put the pieces all together and find some goals today. Splitting the lane, broken up. Alec Diaz is going to be another handful today. He's really come on of late, 3 goals. Did spend some time with Puerto Rico's men's national team for World Cup qualifying. So a young quality player, just 19 years of age. Along with Sam Badinnerin up top, those two can be a handful. How well is Nabi and Dan Casey's communication going to be? It's going to be a big test today. Awasa flying forward. Look at Cuello. Malik Foster off to the right. Getting stuck in was Tom Brewitt.
The way Tacoma's set up, Alex Diaz is actually the one spearheading that attack, and you have Sam Adeniran and Juan Alvarez sitting underneath him. So it's a little bit different. Sometimes Adeniran's that point right up there. So he'll play underneath a little bit and look to play off Diaz more here. So they'll try and find Alvarez's feet or Diaz's feet.
Alvarez, another youngster, just 17 years of age, academy player, and a hard challenge in. And the captain, Duke Lacroix, goes down. Lacroix, 1 goal, 4 assists on the year. And talking with Todd Donovan earlier, just the metrics show that Duke Lacroix is having a fantastic year. We know he has the pace, and we talked to him before. There's some opportunities he's had for some goals, but really he's in there to get balls into the box, add some real pace along that left wing, and he's doing a good job so far.
Yeah, as taking over as the captain as well. We've seen him leading by example. He's constantly out there. His work ethic is through the roof. So that's something that players definitely feed off of, and he's having a really strong season.
Quickly off to Formella. There goes Lacroix into that corner. And with his pace, how much trouble can he cause a right back or those center backs and drawing guys into those corners? Ball floated up top, Adeniran on the run. Nabi's got to get there. Nabi finally gets a toe on it, but just like that, the 22-year-old flying down the middle of the park and almost getting the first look on goal for Tacoma.
Great ball over the top. It just waited perfectly right into the path of Adeniran, and Nabi a bit slow turning, but catches up. Great recovery speed, and corner kick coming up the other end for Tacoma. First real opportunity for them in the attacking third.
Carlos Anguiano, the corner kick. And swinging ball here. A light breeze from the south end of the park. Shouldn't have too much of an issue today. This ball served in shortly, bouncing around. Dan Casey is going to send this near his bench, and never love to see a ball bouncing around in the 18, and Sacramento able to clear. LA on Wednesday sat back in a real deep 4-4-2. This is a much higher line for this Tacoma side. Malik Foster, a little pressure. He was brilliant. Although you take back the one missed open opportunity on goal there, and he had an A+ night. His pace really causing fits for Los Angeles. He's back in the starting 11. See if he can get his first. This one's played out left to Adeniran. Adeniran switching the field. Waiting for it is Cody Baker. Baker, quick touch. A little 3-man game here for Tacoma. Vargas. Played centrally. Turning the corner. Looking to get a look on it. Luis Felipe getting stuck in. That's what he does best.
Leads the leagues in tackles, and we spoke about the suspensions he's had this year. He's 13 yellow cards. That's, I mean, even I don't think
that was a lot to you.
Yeah, that was a lot to me. But that's part of his job, and you know, some players will get more. When you lead the leading tackles, it means you're not. He doesn't shy away from anything, as we saw right there. So it's a good tool to have someone in there who you know is just constantly going to be winning that ball back for you.
When you talk about risk versus reward, the amount of reward you've probably gotten from Luis Felipe getting stuck in goals that he's saved or opportunities moving forward to counter quickly has probably been worth it, although it was tough losing him for 2 matches in a key stretch for Sacramento, especially in Oakland. Adeniran coming back a bit more than what we've seen from him. He'll float it to academy player in Baker. Dan Casey, the crowd likes it. Formella, quick touch. Swarming. Mark Briggs calling for a swarming press, especially against some younger players. How can Sacramento use their size and strength today to their advantage? Actually, having Nabi Kibanguchi and Dan Casey really switch sides here. Casey plays that right center back position when Hayden Sarge's in, and now it's seeing maybe Nabi with that right foot, moving him off to the right side.
Just switching it up. It could also be matching up where Adeniran is. The speed, we've seen the speed he's capable of. He's a big boy, but he can move. So Nabi a little bit more capable of covering that.
Each team with 33 points on the year. And tied 6th and 7th positions currently in the division, trying to move up. Both teams still have playoff hopes alive. Oakland, LA also in the mix. Orange County with a win last night seems to be getting close to securing their position into the postseason.
Patient play here from Sacramento. What they're looking to do is just keep that ball, and then once an opening happens like that, just a little too long there for Foster, but keep it, move them around a little bit, and then see when those runs appear. And just that final pass there was just a little too strong.
Republic will head on the road to face Pacific Division leader Phoenix Rising next Saturday, October 23rd, 7:30. You can catch it on ESPN Plus or here locally, My 58 or Straight TV. Tacoma playing for a meaningful game this late in the season. It's been since 2015 they've been in this position. Look at Mueller coming all the way from the center back position. Not afraid. Turnover. Coming right back. Here's a chance for Vargas. Vargas switched the field into the 18. Working 1v1. Emil Cuello from Mendoza. And Mendoza will return to the back line. A 1-1 draw with Los Dos and an outstanding 90 minutes from Sacramento. 26 shots, a season best. However, just the one goal from Dark Vermella. And it was a tough one for Republic, who needed the 3 points there to really give themselves a good chance to get into that final position in the division for the playoff picture. But still a chance here after the draw. But a win today is vital. Jaime Villarreal, who's back in the lineup today, saying they can definitely build off the amount of chances they were able to create against LA. The draw gave them some real confidence to know how they can play when the pieces all come together. Turnover. Lacroix. Good step by Mueller there.
Unfortunately for Sacramento from that game, obviously not getting the 3 points is a huge loss, but the season series, the way the season goes, it comes down to the tiebreakers. Head-to-head is the first tiebreaker, and Sacramento, if they would have won that game, they hold that tiebreaker against the Galaxy, but with that being a tie, LA Galaxy hold the tiebreaker against Oakland Roots, hold the tiebreaker against Sacramento, so it makes it a little bit more difficult when the points are so close.
Casey floating this one, trying to get Malik Foster in a collision with Herrera, and Foster never saw him coming, and both players will be attended to. A big shot to Herrera as Christian was coming out to make a play, and it looked like maybe Reagan pushed Malik off, and that's where some of the conversations are coming from, with Brandon Stevis now talking to Jackson Reagan.
You never want to see something like that, and the goalkeeper's obviously got his eyes on the ball. I think Malik Foster's just aware of Reagan, and he's yeah, it's a tough one. He just couldn't stop in time, and yeah. Herrera's a big boy. All that coming right through you.
Yeah, I think both were just looking at the ball, not looking at each other. So
sometimes you just gotta back out of that one.
It's rough, and both players slow to get up, and now with more attention given, rightfully so, to head injuries. You've got to really be careful and not take any chances. And already Sacramento's got some movement on the bench. So if Malik Foster can't continue, we may see a substitution come in here. You got a Carlton Belmar or potentially a Patrick Wea on the bench. Hopefully that's not the case.
Remember back in my playing days, I had a similar situation. It was actually a defender, and I should have backed up, but I ran into his thigh, and it hit me right in the chest. And straight away I got back up and 10 minutes later, we see a yellow card here for Foster. That's disappointing. But 10 minutes later, what happened? I'd gotten whiplash from that tackle and ended up with a concussion. So it's no joke, especially when you're running full pelt going into someone, and you can't take any chances with that if there's any risk of a head injury.
And this is, you know, the rule of the law. Is it reckless going into a goalkeeper? There's obviously more protections for a goalkeeper. I don't know. I mean, these are the ones that are really hard to meet, really 50-50.
It is tough. I mean, I think Malik had got to the point. He was too busy pushing off the defender. He can't really stop at that point. So thankfully, both players seem to be okay and back on their feet.
All right, 15 minutes in, no score. Tacoma, Sacramento, both looking for 3 points today. As these youngsters from the Pacific Northwest hoping to find themselves in the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. Played centrally, Diaz. Look at this ball, perfect to D. Baker spinning this ball toward the 6. Well, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. SelectSportAmerica.com. Carlos Saldana, 4th consecutive start. Started as a trialist and has come up with some big saves for this Republic side in the few matches he's been involved with. And Mark Briggs having a conversation with Nicholas Marin Kumko on the side, wondering why that was a yellow card. They won't change it now. Look at Duke Lacroix. We talked about his pace earlier. Oh, partially deflected. And that's where he can be so dangerous, not only out wide, but as he cuts in as well. Formella to his left, and Wassa was running right down the spine. Baker, good quality on that teenager for Tacoma to be.
On that last play from Duke Lacroix, you see he puts the defenders in such a tough spot. Vargas has the ball here, goes early. When he drives at you, defenders don't know whether to go towards him, stay with their man, and you saw Wassa made a great run in behind, and unfortunately for Sacramento, Duke Lacroix couldn't get enough purchase on that pass.
Republic have dominated here at home. 9 wins, 2 draws. As the 12th matchup between these two sides here in Sacramento. Republic's hoping they can build on that success. Last time out, it was a 3-1 win for this Republic side. Looking for a dinner in there. And Iwasa, Cuello, Felipe, all with goals in the victory just a couple of weeks ago. Tower Bridge Battalion loud today. And drums continuing to echo throughout the stadium, trying to will this Republic side to a victory. Felipe. A bit more patience from Sacramento today. Jaime, here's Cuello, a few touches already early, but he can really turn it on. Ball's floated to the top, looking for Cam Herrera's, comes out of the 6. Good touch there.
Good idea from Emil Cuello. Just once again, that ball's just a little too heavy. Iwasa making that diagonal run in behind. He's good at those, keeping the defenders on their toes. The way Tacoma's set up, they have the three at the back. The 3-4-3 is what they play. A lot of the success can come from those wide areas. So when you're putting those balls into the box, they almost play with 3 center backs there. So there is a little bit less room to operate. So I think Mark Briggs will want to see Lacroix, Gomez maybe getting up higher, wider.
Felipe
in those areas.
Dumping off to Cuello. Cuello moving forward. Felipe still in the attack. Formella looking for a runner. They got 3 in the box, now 4. Duke Lacroix maybe a little bit screen here, trying to cut this through. And it's denied. Putting the pressure on. Here you go. They force a mistake deep. Tacoma able to get out of it. Good shielding job by Nabi Kibanguchi. Tacoma's done a nice job weathering the storm so far. And Attack coming for Republic. They've seemed to come back nicely and be compact when needed. Turnover. Felipe right back. Full collision with Baker. Ball played forward. Adeniran running through, and the flag goes up offside. That was a very close offside. I think Sacramento caught a break.
Big time. We're right on that angle there, and maybe the highlight will show he's not offside on that one. That's perfectly timed. He's two players keeping him on. You can see Dan Casey keeping him on. He's definitely onside, and Sacramento getting a big break on that. It's a beautiful ball through and really well taken from Adeniran.
Shannon Gomez giving chases Adeniran. Adeniran running him over, and now a good set piece for Sacramento, and that's where the young players, there's a little bit of frustration, and maybe rightfully so, but now you put Sacramento in a really good position.
There wasn't too much appeal from the players from that as well, but that's one the coaching staff will look back at, the players will look back at, and it kind of blew over. I think it looked like he was clearly offside there at Adeniran, but that should have been a goal for Defiance, and now Sacramento have an opportunity.
Formella. Formella has space. Running towards goal, plays the century. Malik Foster, quick touch, right back to Formella. And Iwasa was right there as well. Good idea from Republic. Not able to get a good look on it. Mueller company able to get in front just enough. Love the combination play we're seeing early from Sacramento.
Smart little interchange between Formella and Malik Foster there, and Tom Brewitt was alert to puts it up for a corner kick. Sacramento need to put a ball in the box here. There's a couple of set pieces.
Quayle. Malik Foster takes it off the face, bringing it down. Here's using that little quick step, and he just not able to turn it. Christian Herrera coming from Oakland roots before they were in USL a season ago. He's been their primary starter in Tacoma in 2021. Quick touch, look at that combination. Baker's been really good and dangerous so far. Alex Diaz, Adeniran was there, broken up by Shannon Gomez. Now can Republic counter themselves. Iwasa running a bit of trouble. Reagan cutting in front. Iwasa still battling. A little bit defensive breakdown there, but that quick 1, 2, 3. Diaz, Baker, they've really been on the same page early on in this match. This ball's floated again. There's Carlos Saldana. Came up with 6 saves against Los Angeles on Wednesday night. His best output of the year.
Spoke about Tacoma Defiance having a strong year, being in a position they're not used to, and it's the manner in which they've played this year. You see how comfortable they are on the ball, and they're not giving up their style, but they're still getting the results. And for a group of young guys, it's a credit to them that they're still in the hunt, and they're a fun team to watch. We've seen plenty of them this year, and they're young, they'll keep growing, but really confident on that ball.
Well, what's helped them a lot is that COVID forced many of these players, unfortunately, not able to train with the first team a lot. And so they really started to gel together. And then this year continued more of that, where these players weren't constantly being shifted, maybe training with the first team one day and then playing with the Defiance the next day. So they've really had more time together. And when you look at more of a veteran back line with Brewitt, Reagan, and Mueller, it sets up for success for a young team like this, trying to not only develop players, but get some points on the board.
Definitely a lot more cohesion than there has been in the past with MLS players. Maybe just, these players could practice a whole week and then you have an MLS substitute come and take their spot. So they've had plenty of opportunities to shine this year, and they've stepped up to that.
Duke Lacroix. Formella has had some space underneath today. Now he's trying to make the best of it. Gomez, nope, that's going to be over the top to Malik Foster instead. And Foster holds up after the last collision we saw between the two.
I think everyone in the stadium right there was grimacing a little bit.
Sights set on home field advantage. El Paso Locomotive welcoming OKC Energy, looking to stay above that playoff line. It's El Paso OKC on ESPN Deportes next Sunday, October 24th. And Jaime whistled for the foul. Tacoma have really struggled away from Cheney as they've been able to pick up 2 wins on the road this year. Third one today, however, would be massive for their opportunities to get into the postseason. Dan Casey, maybe a little too light, says Brandon Stevis. There's the pressure still from Tacoma.
And what they have going in their favor is that they're playing against, they've still got to play the LA Galaxy 2, they've got to play the Oakland Roots, so their fate's in their own hands. And they can win those games. They've got to play against Sacramento, as we're seeing today. They're still in this one. Whereas for the Republic, the next 2 games after this one are against San Diego and Phoenix, who are 2 teams looking to finish as high as they can. Phoenix trying to finish overall #1 seed in the whole USL.
And while we could probably spend 20 minutes in halftime discussing all the tiebreakers and scenarios that could go down in the next 2 weeks here, really what it comes down to is Republic, best case, need to win out, and they needed a lot of draws from everybody else.
There is a lot of that, and you and I texting this week, you know, if this result goes this way, maybe this can happen. And we have the LA Galaxies playing later tonight. They're playing against El Paso Locomotive, who've only lost two games all season, so that's a tough one for them. So both these sides will be looking at, they can get 3 points today, they're still definitely with a shot.
Republic win here today, they would be back and tied with 4th with Los Angeles should LA lose. Nice crowd today on this Sunday afternoon. 75 degrees, the light breeze. Can't ask for much better weather in mid-October. This ball sent across, looking for Baker. Lacroix was there. Now we've got Formella running the left side. Partial touch by Tacoma, slows it enough. Formella will cut back inside, now waiting for some help.
A little too slow from the Republic. The chance was there. You see Foster's making that run, and Formella just felt like there wasn't enough options for him. And before you know it, 7 players back from the Defiance, and it becomes much harder to break down.
Lacroix looking to get Kamawasa forward. Here's Brewitt, the Englishman, and Tacoma escapes again. Quite a different pace from what we saw on Wednesday, where it seemed as a shot every 30 seconds or so. Both teams staying compact, not allowing an inch. Adeniran, turn of the corner, just too heavy of a touch. We'll secure 2021 playoff priority and tickets for the home season finale on the Republic. Become a 2022 season ticket member. Learn more, visit sacrepublicfc.com. Interesting, the start of next year will not be as late as we had this season because of delay of COVID concerns. It'll be more of a traditional early March start. Is a mistake on the pass from Villarreal to Gomez. So a much shorter off season.
The man on the ball right now, Shannon Gomez, good to see him back out there. The team would just want to see him attacking a little bit more, getting into those more advanced positions. Haven't seen it just as of yet, but Duke Lacroix had a little success on this opposite side, so can they get that balance? Can they get him going forward? Calling that back for offsides as that ball was played.
That's the makeup call, take it. But man, there was I think Reagan and Mueller keeping Foster on side. Rare mistake from the back line. Taylor Mueller, University of Washington, returning back home. Play for the Defiance. Here's Gomez. Gomez and McCrary swapping over the last couple of months. Starting position there. There's Dan Casey, team leader in minutes. He is at 2,500 on the season. He's played all but one where he was suspended after a red card. Takes a deflection, Alvarez. Vargas. Alvarez left-footed. Ball looking to direct it toward goal. As he's streaking to that right side. It's been Baker, it's been Diaz, it's been a handful along this right side for Sacramento, and broken up by Mendoza. Registration for fall camps and clinics presented by Raley's are now available. Camps offer high-end coaching and fun development that highlights individual technical skills, dribbling, passing, finishing, much more. Lacroix getting stuck in again. Alvarez is really having a good afternoon so far. Jaime. 5 back. For Tacoma. Formella looking for an edge. Gets to his right. Dumping it off. Cuello makes a massive deflection off target. That looked like it was going back post. And somehow not able to get through.
It's a good hit by Cuello, and he's got Herrera scrambling to his left, but it was, unfortunately, it was really good defending by Malik Foster. He's just getting in the way of that, the track of the ball, and I could have made it past. He struck it really well. Could have made it past Herrera.
Just, you know, Malik Foster, unfortunately, 2 times today, wrong place, wrong time, colliding with Christian Herrera earlier. And now we're just making a run toward what you tell him to do. And unfortunately, he's coming back to try to get onside, and he found the ball from Cuello that was going to be a tough one for Herrera. It remains scoreless 32 minutes in.
It's bad enough it hits you, but when it hits you in the face as well, it just
adds insult. Formella still dribbling through. Broken up by Cody Baker. Signed with Tacoma in July. Academy player. He's having a good day. Baker, Diaz, Alvarez. Really like what we've seen from those 3 teenagers in the first half of play. Meanwhile, Republic, another corner kick opportunity. Nabi Kibanguchi looking to get in the mix. He's got a goal on the year. It was a big one. Game tying goal. Cuello lofting this one. Up goes Casey. Here comes a follow. Jaime Villarreal's ball is off the mark. Adeniran may have got a foot on it and has, and now it's a corner kick again for Republic.
This will be the first corner kick from this side, and we spoke about the sun sitting a little bit lower, and this is a chance here from Emil Cuello with his left foot to put it right on top of Herrera.
Crowd stomping their feet. Short corner Formella. Right back out, too heavy.
Or not, or they could just keep it up that way.
Cuello forcing it into Dan Casey. Dan Casey showing off his footwork. Jaime Villarreal. Formella back to Cuello. Formella making the inside run. Across the field to Felipe. Felipe back to Shannon Gomez. Now Republic just have had a real difficult time breaking down this Tacoma Defiance this afternoon. A dart to the right side to Cuello, backpedaling, going 1v1 on Mendoza. Mendoza tucks his foot in and able to clear to the out. Really only one good look for Sacramento in this first half. Tacoma had a nice opportunity. It was an offside call brought back, although very questionable after looking at the review. Dan Casey's given room. Not afraid to take it. Curling ball stays in play. Cuello going to get a dinner in. Cuello looking to run is Iwasa. A little nifty move from Cuello. Crowd loving it. Formella, everyone being patient here. Felipe. Lacroix. Cutting it back in. Lacroix's got some room. Lacroix looking to find a turn. And he sends it a low cross in. Headed right back to Felipe. Felipe, quick touch, hoping to find Iwasa. Can't. This possession right now, that may be the longest we've seen from Sacramento all year long. Can they get something out of it? Shannon Gomez, and the challenge heavy as both players are down. And I think Tacoma may have to have their training staff come out. And it may have taken one to the chin there. And it might be, believe it's Mendoza. And they're going to bring out both medical staff. It's a really tough challenge here. This is what you hate to see. Adam Moffat just looks like he caught the edge of Shannon Gomez's knee, and that's right, it is Randy Mendoza on the turf. Had two heavy collisions today, one with Malik Foster and to Christian Herrera. Both players slow to get up, and now this one is Randy Mendoza is being tended to by the medical staff. And you just hope he's okay. He took a real nasty blow, and you got Shannon Gomez okay as well, but his knee took a pretty hard knock. He may not be able to go.
That did not look pretty. It's that's a tough one to watch, and hopefully Randy Mendoza is okay.
And I think they're just going to take all precautions here. As Wade Weber and his staff anxious on this touchline, hoping that their young midfielder is okay. And Shannon Gomez is obviously very concerned about Mendoza as well, even though he's limping. I think he's going to go make sure that Mendoza's going to be okay. And I think they're not going to take any chances. The way that he went down low and then the knee to the head there, you're just going to assume the worst and hope for the best. And they're going to get him up and probably get him a more of a look. As here comes the EMTs as well. So we'll have a substitution coming as Alex Villanueva will come into this match. And the referee standing over by Mendoza as well. And that's a heavy challenge at him, and there is a yellow card out.
To be honest, I don't even think it was a foul. You know, he's obviously on the ground, and it's irrelevant, but I don't think there's any need for that from the ref or the linesman. We looked at the replay, and clearly gets the ball, and it's the follow through from Gomez, which is unintentional. Hits him. Yeah.
Well, and he's coming out of the game. I mean, the yellow card doesn't do anything at this point.
No, I really don't know why the referee's feeling. Yeah.
Wow. So both teams will get an opportunity to have further discussions, and Shannon Gomez still sort of holding that right side of his knee, and whether or not he'll continue to go, we'll see if Mark Briggs makes a change. And I think they're worried about Mendoza potentially, his knee, with that knee hitting his head, maybe a neck injury. So they're going to get him off and take him off as cautiously as possible. And it's become a quiet murmur here at Heart Health Park as they have all their attention on Randy Mendoza. Adam, these moments sort of bring you back to reality and what's actually important at times. And as a player, you know, you're so fired up, you're so geared, ready to go, you're so focused on tactics and what you're trying to do. What do these moments tend to do for a player in a match?
It's tough. I mean, it's tough to view. I'm an emotional guy, so oh, yeah.
And as a player, I mean, how do you kind of bring yourself out of it, especially as Tacoma side? This is one of your teammates. And, you know, this is not like he popped back up after a moment or two. I mean, he's going to be taken off the field.
It's just in the back, yeah, it's on the back of your mind. They're going to continue, obviously, with the game. And with the first thing they do at halftime, check and see how he is.
So no score between these two sides, each sitting at 33 points on the year. And obviously playoffs are the goal for both of these teams right now. All energy and focused on Randy Mendoza, who's currently being tended to by medical professionals as he went in challenged a bit early, and then unfortunately Shannon Gomez just flying down that right side, and the two connected, and Gomez trying to leap over and just caught, unfortunately, Mendoza to the head. And so he is being carded. And there is Taylor Mueller giving words of encouragement to his teammate. And so substitution will make his way. And so Alexander Villanueva, now with some of the new protocols and concussion protocols, there is an allowance for concussion substitution. So this may not go against Tacoma here, and I think rightfully so in maybe this situation. That'll be okay with everyone here today, as long as Randy Mendoza is okay. He appears to be moving his legs. That is a good sign. So in terms of his alertness, that's good news for Tacoma's Randy Mendoza. And you can see him trying to move his neck, and maybe has come to it a little bit more and understanding what's happening. But so Mendoza will be further evaluated. If we do get any further word, we'll try to pass that along to you, as I'm sure there's family and friends watching this broadcast today. So if we get any word, we will surely pass it along to you. Meanwhile, Republic now the set piece here, as Alexander Villanueva comes in as a substitute. And quite a bit of time will be added after this injury. It'll be Emil Cuello over it, as Republic looking to get the game's first goal here. Crowd trying to get back into it after an emotional stoppage of play. Cuello lifting this one back post. Up goes Nabi. Christian Herrera will watch it sail out of play. Goal kick coming for Tacoma. Shop online for the best in fresh, delivered from Rayleighs.com. It's been a tough patch for Tacoma. Just one win in their last 6. Felipe stepping in. You'll probably see maybe 7, 8, 9 minutes stoppage time here. It's going to be, will be quite a few minutes acted. Here's Malik Foster turning. He's in the Central Park. Iwasa to his right, cutting it back in, looking for a teammate. There's Jaime Villarreal spraying it out. Back to Quayle. Quayle. Formella shielding. Duke Lacroix find the corner, and it's sent away by Taylor Mueller. Going down low to ground, and it come up big, and another stop. That line of Brewitt, Reagan, Mueller have come up with a couple of key stops, really preventing crosses from getting into the mix and allowing Republic to get one on goal.
Too many times for Sacramento. It hasn't beaten that first man, and it's a credit defensively, just putting yourself in the right spot. But another chance from the set piece.
Herrera in the 6-6 frame out to grab it out of the air. So 8 minutes of stoppage time, brought to you by Rayleighs. Something extra, earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. No score into stoppage time in the first. Both teams have had a real tough time breaking each other down. And the best look of the game was called back for offside as Sam Adeniran broke free. And on second look, it appeared that he was onside. Dan Casey barely holding him on, and that ball came back into the favor of Sacramento. Quayle looking to switch the field. Make sure you have a Go Safely game plan and get a ride with a designated sober driver. If you plan on drinking, go safely, California. Alec Diaz putting the moves. Dan Casey recovering. Little backdoor move from Alec Diaz got Dan Casey to bite up front. And recovering nicely was the Irishman. Cody Baker to throw for Tacoma. Adeniran shielding, and that one will skirt through. Baker. Dan Casey, a bit dangerous over the cross of face. And Shannon Gomez concedes it out of play as Alexander Villanueva will get his first touch on the night. 2 goals, 3 assists. Sounders Academy since 2018. Quickly in.
He scored that wonder goal in the last match here. He played here a few weeks ago. If you recall, that free kick right in the top corner. Nothing Saldana could have done on that one.
Probably the best set piece goal we've seen from an opponent this year here at Heart Health Park. And unfortunately for Tacoma and Villanueva, it was just the only one of the evening. 3 for Republic on the night, and they secured 3 points.
Well, we thought that would have been the goal of the night, and then Luis Felipe said, hang on a second, let me go put this in the top corner from about 35 yards off.
And then I think awarded along with Julian Chavez, and they're running for goal of the month. Quayle right through the legs, turnover. Too many sloppy mistakes from both sides today. Really, when it seems like one's got something going, there's just an easy turnover that's probably driving Wade Weber and Mark Briggs a bit mad.
You can feel the tension. You know, we've mentioned it so many times. The season's practically on the line here. They won't get eliminated if the team loses it, but they have to win. Both teams have to do it. So you can see there's definitely a some nerves there.
Alec Diaz tries to bring it down. Diaz, side chance. Here's a sliding Duke Lacroix, and he's able to break the pass from Juan Alvarez, who may have been going for goal. And it stops another opportunity from Tacoma. A little back flick from Malik Foster. Cameron Watts, a little trickery of his own. Battling with Pruitt, able to get by. Formella flying. Formella's on the doorstep. It just misses frame. What an effort from Cameron Watts, and a splendid run from Dark Formella, and by inches it misses that back post.
So close from Formella, and you see Tom Pruitt was trying as hard as he could to slow down Awasa. As you go back to Duke Lacroix, just don't know what that was, a little roll on the ground to block it, but first time we've seen Cam getting at that open space. Pruitt can't hold him down, and agonizingly close, just sneaks past that far post.
Crowd oohing and on as they see the replay here, just off the mark. Would have been the 4th straight for Dark Formella. But interesting there is that Cameron Awasa able to make a good individual effort to keep that play alive. Sacramento a little buzz after that. See if they can make the best of it. Shannon Gomez back centrally. There, look at Jaime Villarreal, just always working to try to get himself in a good position. Gomez lofting this in, takes a deflection, and into the hands of Herrera. Cameron Awasa was salivating for that one out of Muffet.
Good little passage of play here from Sacramento the last couple of minutes. Just before the half, they're trying to get something going. Can they go in with a lead? We saw that last opportunity for Formella. That comes about from just being quicker, getting into attack. It's been a little too slow from Sacramento today, so allowing Tacoma to get back in, get their 3 at the back, get their 2 wide guys set. You've got to go quick like here.
Formella has Malik Foster waiting for Iwasa to make a bit of a run. They weren't on the same page there, all 3 trying to time it perfectly. 3 good looks for Sacramento, unable to capitalize.
When you have this momentum, you just don't want that halftime whistle to go. You want that to continue, and it's obviously extending a little bit longer here than we normally see.
Very dangerous maneuver from Tom Pruitt on that play with the Wassa earlier, asking for a foul while in run of plays continuing, and nearly led to a Republic goal. So Wassa and Formella connecting after a Cuello thunder strike that just hit the top post. Here's a chance for Tacoma now. Jaime, can Sacramento counter? That was the one draw with Lostos. Sacramento 26 shots on that night. Team got a day off on Thursday, and we're right back at it. Here's Luke Lacroix. Luke Lacroix trying to draw a man in. Malik Foster. Back for Cuello. Cuello's not afraid from distance, and Cuello just sending it off, and Cuello is hoping for a deflection. Brandon Stevis says no, despite the pleas from Cuello.
Caught that really well, and that stronger left foot. We saw what he can do with that in that match against Los Dos, and he's looking for a little deflection here. I'm not sure if he got it. Better view than us, but it's not too far over the bar.
And there is the first half whistle as Sacramento and Tacoma play scoreless after about 50 minutes of first half action. Republic, couple good looks. That man, Sam Adeniran, with what could have been the game's only goal, not able to get the call in his favor. Wind's picking up. The energy, I suspect, will too in the second half action. Both these sides looking for 3 points. We'll take the break, come back. UC Davis Health at the break is coming up next.
in 2030.
In just 9 years, I'll be 18. Off to college.
Probably getting my own place.
I want to live where the air is fresh.
Where they take care of the planet. I want to live in the best city. The cleanest city.
I want to live in a clean power city.
By 2030, SMUD will be 100% carbon-free, so you can live in a clean power city. Join the charge at cleanpowercity.org.
Cameron Iwasa right through the wickets from Duke ball. Cameron Iwasa! Cuello's got a step. Cuello's got the goal. Sacramento has a 2-goal advantage here at Hart Health Park. Oh my goodness, Luis Felipe! Celebrate, young man. That's a beauty. Barefoot. Yeah, that's right. Crowd enjoying this spectacular weather on this October afternoon. A scoreless draw through 45 minutes in stoppage time. UC Davis held at the break. And, well, Adam, we talked nauseam what's needs to happen. Here's what's going to happen regardless. There's going to be 2 games at Phoenix versus San Diego. Sacramento picks up the win and 3 points today. It gets interesting because what will Phoenix do? It's not their last match. Will they go out the full squad? They played to a 6-3 game with Las Vegas yesterday. And then you have San Diego, who's also in the playoff picture. They may be resting guys. And if other teams draw or lose, Republic could find themselves in a favorable spot. But that's what they've got on the board, the 2 best in the division.
Yeah, it's not ideal needing to get points and having these two games remaining, but you never know, especially that San Diego, that last game, they might have secured that 2nd spot in the division. They don't want to risk injury, so maybe they'll see a lesser team there. Phoenix are still trying to get that number 1 seed overall, so I can see a strong side from them.
And here we go. Oakland, LA, the other teams also in the mix for that 4th and final spot in the division for the playoffs. And then they'll end at Phoenix, so it's going to be a tough one for the Defiance as well.
Playing against the teams they're going against, though, so you want to finish above the Roots, the Galaxy, well, the Republic, go ahead and beat them.
Alrighty, so we have a much more to get to at the break here. We'll come back after that. We'll look around the league and then have your highlights and stats from the first half of play right here from Hart Health Park.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Hey, y'all. Can we change up the chores?
Sorry. It's up to the wheel, man.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, change the channel back.
Sorry, it's up to the wheel.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Around it comes Fox. Solik, the backheel in! What a goal!
Luna is shot into the back goal.
Kuramoto has won it for OKC Energy FC. Oh, that is a brilliant goal from the substitute.
Today, As you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
This group ready for some Republic goals on this afternoon. USL Championship match, Sacramento, Tacoma. Around the league we go. USL news and notes. And Louisville City inking Danny Cruz to a multi-year deal. And then, of course, Sam Medina in here. A hat trick against Orange County. And his confidence seems to be at an all-time high. We saw what he's able to do here. A couple chances tonight. Still quite a young player, 22 years of age, but seems to me has a fairly bright future if he continues on this path.
He does. He's a handful. We saw him dispose of that chance he had. It was rolled offside, but he definitely does have a bright future ahead of him if he keeps working hard. Putting the ball in the back of the net. I mean, you're a striker, and that definitely helps.
That's what you're there to do. Emmer Clementa on the Team of the Week list as well. Of course, getting the goal against Sacramento, which propelled him in to that best 11 of the week. And then Guido also with a nice day against Republic down in San Diego. Honda Pacific standings, and here is where we stand. Currently, Phoenix above everybody else, and Orange County is 1-2 now in a row, and they are looking like they might just have that third position. So it comes down to LA, Oakland, Sacramento, Tacoma. And a win here today by Tacoma Sacramento puts them in a decent chance to get that fourth spot.
Either team wins, they're jumping up to that 36 points, the same as the LA Galaxy.
Notable games to watch coming up in the coming weekend. LA El Paso, that's tonight. I think it started already.
2 more hours.
Okay, 5 o'clock Pacific.
You're ready.
I was
You're
ready to go.
go.
And then, of course, on Wednesday, Tacoma, Oakland. That's going to be a tough one. But LA's got Charleston. That's not going to be easy one. Charleston's trying to fight for position. Tacoma, LA, massive match there. And, of course, San Diego and Oakland will be another one to keep an eye on. So it's a lot in the mix. The Pacific Division. It's a battle for that 4th position. And so we'll see how it all shakes out. We got nothing but time, nothing but good games on the docket. Highlight stats coming up next after the break. It's UC Davis Health at the half.
Hi, I'm Tucker Bone, and as a Sacramento native, the El Dorado National Forest has played a large role in my childhood growing up here and the many experiences I've had. And now our neighbors affected by the Caldor fire need us. Our chairman and CEO, Kevin Nagel, will be matching donations up to $10,000 to the El Dorado Community Foundation. Donate at sacrepublicfc.com/fire relief.
This is the look of a boy who had 3 open heart surgeries by the age of 3. A boy who weathered some of his toughest storms before he could speak. A boy who now has the heart to change the world and a lifetime to do it. For extraordinary breakthroughs and everyday childhoods, UC Davis Health is the region's only nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
Cameron Iwasa right through the wickets from Duke ball. Cameron Iwasa! Cuello's got a step. Cuello's got the goal. Sacramento has a 2-goal advantage here at Hart Health Park. Oh my goodness, Luis Felipe! Celebrate, young man. That's a beauty.
Sacramento, Tacoma, scoreless at the break. Let's get to our highlights, shall we? And see how that first 45 minutes went for both sides. And early on, Sam Adeniran just flying down. And you look at it again, I think he was onside. You can see Dan Casey holding him on barely there. And that's a tough call from the sideline. I get it. However, Sam Adeniran is going to be feeling like he got robbed of his 11th goal on the year. Republic coming right back at Bill Cuello. He is not afraid to give it a go.
Yeah, and here we go. We see the Formella cutting in and lays it off perfectly. And unfortunately, Malik Foster in the way, and it was really well struck. I think Herrera probably saves it. He's diving there early, but that was a good opportunity.
And then look at this. Duke Lacroix just getting down, using his whole body, his back. Why not? And went down low, and then Cameron Iwasa right here just battling with Brewitt. I love that little flick on though, however, from Malik Foster. Brewitt wanted a call, a little jostling back and forth, nearly led to a Republic goal. Formella got a toe on it, not able to direct it enough.
So close, just sneaking in at that far post, and it's really tough. You see where he's got that pressure coming in from behind him and does well to get anything on it. It was great play by Cam Iwasa fighting off the efforts of Brewitt.
Looks like we will have a substitution for Sacramento. Is not sure if Malik Foster will continue, so it could be Carlton Belmar coming into this match here. Interesting substitution. Not sure if there was something with Malik. He did have the yellow card. However, we'll talk about that in a second. Halftime stats. Last year, Elk Grove Subaru, 5 shots for Sacramento, just 1 for Tacoma. Neither side really looking as sharp as we've seen them, but I imagine it'll start to open up here.
Both sides really need to get that win, so it might not be right at the start of this second half, but as that game progresses, if it stays 0-0, you'll see teams taking a little bit more risk.
So we will see the introduction here of Carlton Belmar, as Belmar will go into that right striker position. And so you'll keep Lacroix, Kibanguchi, Casey Gomez in the back, Felipe Cuello, Villarreal. And also, let's do this first. How about Tacoma? Ray Serrano into the match he comes. So Ray Serrano is in. Alec Diaz is out. So 2 interesting substitutions. 2 players who I thought sort of made their mark on the game a little bit.
Maybe some injuries involved there we're unaware of, but Serrano's we've seen what he can do when he's come into the games. He's a fun player to watch.
Leads the team in assists with 6 on the year, and Tacoma will get things going now. Breeze starting to pick up, about 15 miles per hour. It's supposed to be a lot heavier today, and fortunately for everybody here, it was not that. And the temperatures likely to dip a little bit. Rain expected later today, but it doesn't appear that will be impacted this afternoon's match. So 2 substitutions coming in. Those times when a guy comes in at halftime, you really feel like you're given a golden opportunity. How do you make the best of it for Carlton Belmar and Ray Serrano?
I always enjoyed as a player coming in, you know, whether it be 45 minutes, 30 minutes, having an extended period of time that isn't a full game, and put 90 minutes of work into that 45 minutes. And you have the opportunity, if you're Serrano, you're Belmar, you're attacking players, playing for teams that need to score goals. So go ahead and take your opportunity.
Both teams 33 points on the year, looking for 3. Duke Lacroix heading this out. Interesting for Sacramento, and this is a side that put up 26 shots on Wednesday, and they are the top 10 in the USL in shots taken. So you feel like it's almost there. Unfortunately, the conversion of that isn't in the bottom. Here's an opportunity. Cuello still pressuring Reagan. And Herrera will send this upfield.
the Republic have won the ball in a few really good areas, but they've just failed to capitalize on it, just going back the way. Or
and Belmar goes up the flag. You look at it, so 13% in the bottom 10 of the league. So you're getting the shots, you're getting there, just that final quality hasn't been there. If we talk about going back to May 1st, if you added just 6 goals, that would get you to 15%, a little bit more where you hope to be at least. And if you took those 1-goal losses, Adam, now just made them draws, you're now sitting in 4th place, pushing for 3rd, and potentially could have a run if you make some of those wins into 2nd place. I mean, it's that tight. We're talking 6 goals since May 1st.
It is tight. It's a real tight margin, and if you would have said at the start of the season they'd be top 10 in shots, you'd find that, I mean, that's in the whole league, so you're fancying yourself to at least make the playoffs, but it really has been a struggle putting the ball in the back of the net on a consistent basis.
Shooting accuracy just at 44%, and it's been some of the frustration of the coaching staff just time and time again. We've heard a week, final touch wasn't there, the final quality wasn't where we were hoping it would be, and now they're trying to see if they can find some late season magic. Quayle into the midfield, off to Belmar, right side, making runs for Mella. Cameron Watson, this ball takes a deflection right back to Belmar again. Belmar finding the foot of Formella, takes a big hop. Possession still here for Sacramento. Duke Lacroix, a little bit of a step. Duke Lacroix taken down on the edge of the box, and Brendan Stevis says no call. Crowd can't believe it, and they'll play on.
I was right on the edge of the box, and for sure looked like a foul from here. Would have been a toss-up where there was a free kick or a penalty kick, but the referee decided against it.
Lacroix. Here's Quayle. Has a magical left foot trying to send a cross in. Felipe Adinarin able to clean up. Adinarin not only with size, but he's got pace as well. Floating this ball up top to Serrano. Serrano peeling. Serrano's ball just missed target. As an outstretched Carlos Saldana probably felt his heartbeat rise just a bit there. Blood pressure as well.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there from Tacoma, but just going back to that one, Duke Lacroix gets a run on Baker, and Baker's pulled him back. That's looks like a penalty kick from here and up the other end. It's a really difficult technique, the ball coming over your shoulder, and Serrano's not far away from getting the game's first goal right there.
Serrano, standout academy player, has been with Seattle since 2016, and there's a heavy challenge. Anguiano may at least get a talking to. Not sure if he'll see yellow. Shayna Gomez pops up. Looks like Shayna Gomez is okay.
We spoke about Adinarin's offside call in the first half, which looked, as we've seen, he was onside, and Tacoma getting a break on that one. It looked like it was a stonewall penalty kick. Live time and in the replay.
Adinarin flying down into the channel he goes. He has help to his right. It's Alvarez. Luis Felipe selling out and clears it away. Fantastic effort from 96. We've said it all season long, making his case again for team MVP.
Great recovery by Luis Felipe. He's tracking back. Alvarez has a couple steps on him and perfectly timed. Well, it was a really good opportunity for the Defiance.
So I said Austin for Tacoma. That's not correct. It's Oakland on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Outswinger here, bouncing around to the head of Gomez, and Saldana will need to come clean it up, and does. spoke about Adeniran with that hat trick against OC. This ball's lofted back into Adeniran. It was the first time that a player had a hat trick for Tacoma since Darwin Jones did it back in 2015. Hard to believe. Anguiano lofting this back post. Up goes Tacoma. Brewitt looking to clean it up. Takes a deflection. Tacoma wanting a handball. And Brandon Stevis not awarding the Defiance the handball they were seeking. And now they have possession again. Baker playing this forward. Out comes Saldana getting his chest big. Seal going. Brewitt. Down goes Dan Casey. Chance still for Tacoma, and it's back, and here's a cleanup. Adeniran's shot hits the Tower Bridge Battalion banner. What an opportunity for Tacoma, and hanging on by their fingertips, Sacramento denying 3 shots in a row.
Defiance knocking on the door and just throwing everything in front of that Dan Casey a couple times, and you see right here, big save by Saldana. Makes himself really big, gets it with his chest or his arm, but it's a difficult one. You have Dan Casey again throwing his body in front. Just a lot going on in that passage of play. And Tacoma's came out with a good energy to start this second half, and Republic have to try and match that.
There's Nabi playing the right center back position today in the starting lineup once again out of UC Davis. 18th overall selection by Minnesota United FC. On loan here. Formella, a little bit of space, back heel, cheeky move. Belmar was hoping Cuello was making a run with him. Gomez. Just a hard challenge for Villanueva up in the air. The 19-year-old out of Lancaster, not afraid. Tried to force it there. To be one of 3 academy players to get minutes. Some significant minutes, I should say, with Sacramento this year. St. Juju Chavez. Time, Panagos. Hayden Sargis, Rafa Hadagi. Ball direct. Coming to Cuello. Cuello turning to his right. Chips this ball in, waiting for a run. There's the cleanup shot. Cameron Owasa's ball is deflected by Baker. And another good look from Sacramento.
That is the first time Sacramento's gone a position across the ball, and they've missed the first guy. It hasn't been blocked by that first player. And Cameron Owasa on his weaker left foot, he really connects well with it. And Baker didn't know much. It hits him right in the back there.
Cameron Owasa looking to turn, trying to get one more step on it. Owasa trying to go through traffic and is denied. Tacoma looking to break. Duke Lacroix stepping up. Anguiano was feasting his eyes on goal against Saldana. And Duke Lacroix, the last man standing. Formella trying to get a step. Mueller. Formella got it back. He's waiting for a cross, making a run. Here comes Jaime. Jaime cut into his left. Jaime Villarreal shot is denied outside the 6. Just not quick enough today, Adam.
That was a really good chance for Villarreal on the follow-up, but the ball just gets stuck under his feet. So as soon as that happens, defender's right on top of you, and you want to just see him take a touch and get a strike on goal there.
Formella, again, his individual efforts have been top-notch. Last 4 matches out. He's got a goal in 3 of them. See if he can make it 4 straight and lift his team to victory.
He had a little absence, you know, kind of that middle part of the season out of the squad. Wasn't getting as many minutes as maybe he could have, and he's responded really well. He's come out with a chip on his shoulder, and you can see that. And he's going to hopefully make something happen here tonight if he continues how he is.
Baker and Lacroix on a foot race. And that ball stays in. Alvarez. Public. Need to hold ground here. Cameron Owasa selling out, trying to get this ball forward to Belmar. Belmar battling. Bruins already had a go at Cameron Iwasa today. Now Coelho dancing through the lines. Got Iwasa to his left. Mueller breaks it up. Crowd screaming for handball. The pleads go again unanswered. Brendan Stevis 3 times today has heard the wishes of the opponents, has granted none of them.
You can see the ball just ricochets. Iwasa just, it was a little slow to him, and ricochets, comes up and hit Mueller's. It's unintentional. I don't think it would have affected. I think if it hits his hand initially, but it's come off his foot, and I think the new rules state that that may not be a handball, even though it did hit his hand. Don't ask me.
It's not very clear. It's the most clearly unclear rule, and Nabika Miguchi playing with fire. Look at Felipe just battling. Look at that individual effort, trying to keep this attack alive. Duke Lacroix just shrugging Ray Serrano off. And it'll be a goal kick for Sacramento. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Nearly an hour gone by. Neither team able to break free. Both have their substitutes up and getting ready to potentially enter this game. Both made a change at the break. Villanueva came in for an injured Mendoza. Ball played forward nicely to Coelho from Shannon Gomez. Coelho going 1v1 here. See if he can find an edge. Looking to get past Reagan. Reagan with size and height, but maybe not the speed, but his strength wins out. Coelho still battling. Sacramento, no whistle. And while Tacoma has struggled on the road, Sacramento has not been as good here they typically have been. Serrano gets chopped from behind. Sacramento just 4-7-3 at Hart Health Park. 7 draws. So just 3 losses. So it's hard to beat them here. Still, it's been the wins that have been the most troubling for Mark Briggs' side. Villanueva. Iwasa looking to stay on his feet. Good piece of footwork. Combination play. I think quick pass there, and Sacramento are on the run. Villanueva just slipping and falling. Coelho. A little over dribbling from both these teams has really gotten them into some trouble today.
A little bit risky in that position there, Emil Coelho.
Anguiano has his ball deflected. Coelho has Belmar trying to spring him forward. Brewitt able to get back. Back to the middle for Iwasa. Iwasa has a quick touch on it. Iwasa just looking for a moment. Belmar now will go 1v1. Belmar back to the middle again. Take a chance, young man. Pop up from Dan Casey. The wind will push this ball backward.
I think if Colin Belmar was watching the first half, he would have seen Cam Iwasa exposing the lack of speed that Brewitt has, and he gets him in a one-on-one position. And to be fair, he plays a good ball towards Iwasa, but run at him. You have an advantage with your speed, your pace. Don't cut it back the way, and that's some of the frustrations you see. Colin Belmar, he has this great speed, but sometimes there's been a little bit more negative this year, and he's a guy who's had great success in his career just at running at people and taking advantage of that physicality he has.
Iwasa finding Belmar, and Iwasa will take a shot to the head, and now they'll have Betty Almeida and staff come out and take a look at him. Yeah, we've seen a lot of heavy challenges, connections, and it's not what we want to see. Mendoza went down earlier. He was carted off. Gomez had a knee thing. Malik Foster was attended to, and now Cameron Iwasa coming together with Anguiano.
Too many hits in the head for one game for me, and fortunately Iwasa looks okay. He's straight back up. You just saw his eyes were only on the ball, and
he's asking why Sacramento wasn't awarded more than that. Series matchup between these two, 13-3-4 all-time favor of Sacramento. 42 goals for, 21 against. And Sacramento trying to see if they can come up with 3 points today. About 30 minutes to try to see if this season still has some life to it.
See Anguiano, he's got some blood going from the top of his head there where he made the contact, and Iwasa just comes straight back into the game.
Cuello battling with Reagan. Serrano looking to spring something to beat Kibanguchi, not afraid to get in dirty. Lacroix along that touch line. So Sacramento, if they pick up a win today, would mean they have a maximum available points of 43, which could give them a chance. However, a loss would drop them to 40, and it doesn't seem that will do the trick. But you never know, Adam Moffat, and that's what's always so fascinating and why you play the games. Carlton Belmar being shielded by Reagan. Score select merchandise from the 2021 Quail Collection at 40% off. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to the website, shop.sacrepublicfc.com. Two more matches today. After today, I should say, for Sacramento. Taking on Phoenix and San Diego to close out the 2021 season. Anguiano still being attended to. Herrera finding Mark Briggs. I think not the intended target he was hoping for. Belmar trying to get just a turn on Jackson Reagan. Reagan in it. All Big Ten first team member out of Michigan. Crossed it in by Gomez. Formella will get back. Felipe. Here's Gomez again. Going to give it another go. To his left foot. Jaime in the underlap. Villarreal with a turn. He'll send that cross in. Formella waited for it, just a bit heavy. There's a handball off for Cuello, not called. Gomez again. Can he go third time a charm? Cuello.
Patient play once again by Sac Republic. They're just trying to move it side to side, but keep a decent tempo and try and expose some of these wider areas. It just becomes much more difficult to break down because Tacoma's doing a good job. We see Formella, good interchange.
Formella into the 18. Formella trying to turn. Formella looking to get a shot off, and it's broken up by Reagan. We can see from Tacoma's vantage point, every time Sacramento's nearing this final third, they drop 5 guys back, and they are not going to allow anything easy.
And it takes a little bit of individual skill there, and we see Formella just getting that ball, and a good interchange between him and Cuello, and corner kick again here.
And swinger from Cuello. Felipe gets a head on it. Navi was there. Little floater from Lacroix, and sent out of play by Serrano. Just seems here that maybe Sacramento try to give it a crack at it a little bit earlier. They're almost trying to go too deep at him. Last time these sides met, Dark Formella and Carlton Belmar connected. That was back in Washington. Here's a chance, Sacramento! Carlton Belmar trying to find a game's first goal. And it'll be last touched by Taylor Mueller, according to Brandon Stevis. And so a corner kick for Sacramento.
That was a good ball by Cameron Iwasa. He slid it perfectly into Belmar's right in front of him, and don't know where the deflection came from, but that's one that has to be testing the goalkeeper there.
Formella cutting back to his right, one of his favorite moves to do. Villarreal going to send this, and Nabi was likely going to be offside. And now he's got a long run back as Serrano will look to make a move. We'll probably see some substitutions here, about 20 minutes to play. Out wide it goes for Tacoma. Lofting this one in, little header misdirected and over frame. A goal kick coming for Sacramento.
And if you're wondering who number 0 is out there with a funny little thing around his face, that's Anguiano after he got that knock in the head with Kamawasa. They've taped him up, and having blood on your jersey, they don't allow that, especially if it's a white jersey. It's clear, so that's why he's wearing that number 0.
Casey floating this one for Belmar in the corner. Getting to it is Brewitt. Again, Luis Felipe always getting stuck in. Two substitutions on the way for Wade Weber's side. Almost seems they can counterattack with Villanueva. Gomez pushing Serrano back. Vargas out wide. Back in to Alvarez. Loose ball, nobody there. Anguiano out to Villanueva, a little bit too much room. Easy setup here, and a chance for Tacoma, and it's cleared away by Nabi Kimanguchi. Quayle's got the team moving forward. Quayle going to chip this ball across, and with the wind, it's going to be tough to do.
We've seen a few times that ball coming from left to right. It's just getting slowed up in that wind. So you got to keep that ball on the ground if you're going to be looking to play that one. Or overhit it in the hope that it'll slow down in that wind.
And Dinner in, looking to track, and likely be offside. Somehow stays onside. Dinner in, curling this ball to top to Vargas. Vargas will take a look. Anguiano to Serrano. How about this? Ragan getting in the mix. Villanueva can be dangerous. Chance for Serrano now. Serrano will give it a look. A deflection off of Felipe, and Saldana a little bit there in between minds, able to pick it up.
A ball's not far from Juan Alvarez. Is tangled up with Duke Lacroix. As you see, Serrano hits that shot, it gets deflected. Alvarez just couldn't extend that left leg far enough to redirect that on goal. That was not far away. So you have 20 minutes left in your season for Sacramento, pretty much. I think you just want to see more energy right now. Just give it everything you got. You don't want to go into that locker room thinking,
how about this from Quayle? Clean up. Iwasa right there, collides with Herrera. And they'll see yellow. That's just another misfortunate collision. And now a little bit of a shoving. You know what? Here's the thing. Unintentional, you're going after the ball, and then Jackson Reagan should see yellow as well if there's any extracurricular activity there. I mean, the ball was loose.
Iwasa has every right to go for the ball. And Herrera obviously just snatches it out there. It was a great hit on the weaker right foot by Cuello.
I mean, they're both within the same space.
Yeah, there's not much in that, and you know the ref's been a little card happy today.
All right, 2 substitutions for Tacoma. Reed Baker-Whiting out of Seattle, the 16-year-old. Anguiano is out, and Marlon Vargas and Juan Alvarez out of the match.
Hopefully that sparks a little bit, just that shot on frame there from Emil Cuello. Hopefully that does inject that little bit of energy that's required for the Republic in this last 20 minutes. And we see Dan Casey's down on the ground. That might be the end of his night.
Maybe Hayden Sargis would likely come in for Dan Casey, who's put in a team leading nearly 2,600 minutes on the season. And so we'll likely see that change. And what other changes might we see? We do have Patrick Way on the bench still. We do have a Julian Foster, who has Julian Chavez, who has the goal of the week. Or excuse me, goal of the month after this goal of the week. I mean, there's some firepower here. Even Pete Pennanen could be an option. So a rare substitution. Dan Casey coming out, but Hayden Sargis in. So 2 academy players along the back line. Hayden Sargis and Nabi Kibanguchi together again. They had some good years in the academy. Now can they make a difference? Hold this scoreless on their end, and Sacramento spring something forward on the other side. But you're right, Adam, less than 20 minutes to play for your season. And I like what Cuello did there. Give it a crack, try something. You see an inch, take it. Good step from Iwasa, take away. Winning that ball, now he's flying down. Iwasa still going, and he is taken down. Finds the feet of Formello, however. Villarreal, here's Cuello again, really good 1-on-1. He'll lift this over to the left side to Lacroix. Lacroix. So it looks like Anguiano stayed in the match. Lacroix again has a step on it. Duke Lacroix again, the corner, looking for Iwasa, who's making a back post run. And it's broken up again by that back line from Tacoma, has come up with timely stops throughout the afternoon. USL's pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows club to build a pathway to pro soccer, bringing to their top local talent. USL senior teams, more information, uslacademy.com.
Something you're always taught as a player, whenever someone gets in a position they're going to cross the ball, you typically want someone near far, and then you'll have other players fill those spots. But we have not seen, the one time we've seen someone get to the near post was Formella's chance in that first half. Aside from that, everything's been blocked. And Mark Briggs will be looking at the video saying, who's making the run? So many times they've got in a position where it's just played to that first guy who has no pressure on him, and it's just squandered opportunities like that.
Both teams with double-digit shots today, but you're right, the amount of quality from both sides, I think coaches are probably not thrilled from what they've seen. But there's still time. Iwasa. Formella near the byline, trying to cut it back to Belmar. Fairly decent combination. We've seen the 3 of them work in unison before this season. And against this Tacoma very side, they were able to score the game-winning goal.
Just a little too much on that pass by Iwasa. Give Formella too much to do, but it wins his side of corner.
Formella lofting this one. Felipe crashing in. Duke Lacroix sizing up, trying to get someone right back into the mixer. Iwasa was there. Hayden Sarge is still in there. Connect your family to world-class care at UC Davis Health. More substitutions. So Baker is now out. Joe Hafferty will make his appearance. Wind really picking up here this afternoon. It is expected to rain later today, but not
to do
quite
what?
yet. It's supposed to rain, my good friend.
Well,
snow as well.
Yeah, so we'll take that. I'm just back in the country from Scotland, as you know, and we have no shortage of rain over there.
You should bring some back.
So I think I did bring some back.
Okay.
We're expecting it here. Didn't see the sun.
Yeah. How was it going home? Even though it's been a while.
It was good. It was good to see family. It's been, tough couple years seeing family when you live in different continents. So it was, here we go.
Turnover. Cuello's got a step. Cuello just missed target. And Mark Briggs and his staff just can't believe it.
Oh, what a chance it was for Cuello. He's just connected with the right foot moments before really well, and we say he chunked it. I don't know if that's a term of a golf guy. If you watch the replay, you'll see the big divot that he creates
you're right,
under his right foot just as he makes contact here. Oh, chunked it.
Villanueva in the corner for a dinner, and he's been at a very quiet second half, but sending this cross in. Here's Tacoma with a look. What an opportunity flying through. Marlon Vargas, Bakersfield, California native, nearly with the game-winning goal here late for Tacoma.
Really good play of Sam Adeniran, just getting to the end line. It looks like he's kind of ran out of space, and we speak about the front post run. The guy gets across, which makes the defender unable to block it, and just over the bar.
Well, we might be going 3 to the back. Julian Chavez into the match here. He replaces Shannon Gomez. So maybe some more offensive firepower late. We've seen Juju with some late game heroics before. Can he do it again? His last goal, September 5th against Las Vegas. Goal of the week for week 20, which then turned into goal of the month. And of course, what we saw him do in Portland at the death, the game-winning goal, his first professional goal on the road. It came in a big, big way in the COVID-shortened season. I think this entire city would erupt if Juju was able to get a game winner here. Baker winding conceding that out of play. Belmar, here's Juju. Adeniran. I mean, Carlton Belmar is not small by any means, and Adeniran makes him look much smaller than he actually is. What do you want to see here from Sacramento? Last 10 minutes.
A lot more urgency. We spoke about it. The season's on the line here. A draw is likely not enough with the 2 games remaining. So just go for it. Just go for it. Get that ball up. Can you get that ball into Belmar's feet? Kamawasa, Cuello, Formella, the guys who can make a difference.
Qua, Kimaguchi, Sargis, Chavez, Felipe, Cuello, Villarreal, Formella, Iwasa, Belmar in for Sacramento. Qua keeping this in play, and no, the referee Brandon Stevis says this will come back. Each team 11 shots today. Tacoma with a really good look a couple moments ago, and then Cuello followed up with a good look of his own. Neither were able to connect. Saldana and Herrera, for all intents and purposes, had a pretty easy afternoon, and that's probably not what you wanted to say on either side. Little potoke from Formella. Now Cameron Iwasa. See if Republic can build on something here. Formella's got his hand up. Double team coming. I think the theme of the day for both sides has been over dribbling at him.
Yeah, just that ball's just not been moving swiftly enough. Running out of space when that happens.
Wind starting to gust here. And the Republic heading into the wind. Off the arm of Reagan, but it was in a downward position. Misstruck by Herrera. Up chance here for Belmar. Juju bringing it down. Ball's going to carry a bit too. Nicely done by Hayden Sargis, who came in for Dan Casey. Julian Chavez showing that speed. He's pushed down from the back. No call. Brent Stevis is not a one to maybe call a foul today. Cuello looking for something. And it takes a couple deflections. I mean, it's almost expected at this point. He's going to let it play on.
Oh, that looked like a foul. I didn't run tracking back on Chavez. Fortunately, it fell to Cuello, but would have been a good chance from the free kick.
Sargis playing this one to Lacroix. Lacroix will cut back. Jaime's got a bit of room, finding Cuello. Quick give and go. Jaime's flying through. Jaime's brought down. I don't think it was enough for a penalty call, especially late in this one. But good effort from Jaime. The give and go is something that has worked. Felipe going to put this in the corner, but that wind is really holding that ball up. But that second chance is there. Here's Cuello. Go. Curling. Here's Formella. Let me head it in. Almost an own goal. Cameron Iwasa's second chance is picked up by Herrera. Nearly an own goal, but when you put the ball in dangerous positions, things can happen. Just off the mark. Own goal inches away, and Tacoma able to escape.
Wonderful ball in by Emil Cuello on that left foot, and Formella's just trying to sneak in the back post, and he puts Hafferty in a tough position. He's very lucky that didn't end up in the back of his own net.
Mark Briggs may have one more card to play, and Patrick Weah coming onto this game late. See, in hockey, Adam, you would pull the goalie at this point in time, and you would just go for it. And the odds say you should do it more times than coaches actually do it. Soccer a little bit different.
Yeah, a little different, but what you may see is if there's a late set piece, then maybe the goalkeeper comes up. You know, it's not something you see often, but we've seen goalkeepers score some goals in the past. I don't know if they'll.
Tomas Gomez had an assist this year, so why not?
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Getting the stats in there.
Danny Robles is coming in for Tacoma. and Jaime Villarreal. So offense forward, a defense move here. Jaime out. Patrick Weah on loan from Minnesota United is into the match. He can be quite electric. Can he pull something out here in the last moments of this game? Republic needing 3 wins, 3 points and the win. Tacoma hoping to get one as well and move their playoff hopes into more of a reality. Villanueva cutting this one in. The cross is good. Robles trying to find a space. Nabi Kibanguchi going up over the top. Serrano and Chavez getting into it. Formella being held. Lacroix able to get this back. Finding Weah. Weah's got a good touch on him. Finding Formella still in the mix. Quayle. Juju. Put into the corner, bit heavy. Belmar's got the pace to get to it. Juju's got a lane. Juju setting this one to Quayle. Nabi, and now Tacoma on the run.
Yellow card for Luis Felipe, make that 14 on the season, and he has to track back. Julian Chavez has the opportunity to put the ball in the box and just taking way too long on it. Cross gets blocked, and straight away coming the other way is Serrano. And that's Chavez putting Luis Felipe in that position there where he has to make that, concede that yellow card to put the ball in the box.
Aguiano had to change jerseys earlier. Floats this one, looking for back post, headed in. Tacoma with an opportunity. Saved by Saldana on the post. Pruitt came crashing down, and Carlos Saldana makes the save of the afternoon.
What a save, Carlos Saldana. If Sacramento are to salvage this season, make the postseason, just remember that moment right there, because that is the season over if that goes in.
In swinger, still dangerous for Tacoma. Crashing in is Reagan. A goal kick for Sacramento. We have reached 90 minutes. So 3 more minutes for Sacramento to try to pick up a goal. Same for Tacoma. They've never won here on the road. And Formella is taken down. No call still from Brandon Stevis. Well, maybe it was given. A darting ball from Sargis, really hard to get into this wind. And a turnover. Serrano and Juju. A bit soft, but well done by Ray Serrano to pick up the foul. Three minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Ball floated to Saldana. So about 2 minutes. You got to move quick. Crowd stomping their feet, trying to will this team to victory. Iwasa goes up for it. Serrano going shoulder to shoulder with Carlton Belmar. You got to hit these balls low. Here's Patrick Weah. So much size and strength for a teenager. Look at this young man go. He is a hard worker, battling, being pushed off, awarded the foul. And Carlos Saldana is going to get into the mix here. He's going to set this one up. Can we have some late game heroics in Sacramento? Stoppage time, scoreless game. Saldana floating this. Up goes Sargis to the head of Tacoma, but not done yet. Recycling the run. Iwasa sending it across in, looking for Nabi. Nabi goes up for it. Here's Weah. And Weah able to stay on his feet, going against Villanueva. Weah cutting it back in Nabi. Nabi, the two Minnesota United players, trying to work as a tandem here. Juju. Robles. Formella. Able to take it away. And Sacramento still has life, but they've got to go. And that is the game. It ends in a scoreless draw, and season for Sacramento is likely over in terms of a playoff appearance. Tacoma, meanwhile, there still is life. They pick up a point. They've still got a couple of matches to make things happen, but neither side hoping for a draw today. And that is exactly what happens. Back-to-back draws for Sacramento, and a battle, just not enough at the very end. And the Republic in Tacoma goes 0-0. It's Luis Felipe, our Western Health Advantage man of the match. Picked up a yellow card, but there are so many times he was able to make the right play time and time again, and we've seen it all season long. To me, he's really been the season MVP. He
has, and his ball winning, we spoke about that, leads the league in tackles, but he's great anticipation, wins that ball a lot, and just a really solid presence in the middle, and he's had a strong season. He's contributed plenty of goals too.
Saldana with a pretty good service in, didn't lead to a goal there, but it is a scoreless draw in Sacramento postgame show. Coming up next.
In 2030.
In just 9 years, I'll be 18. Off to college.
Probably getting my own place.
I want to live where the air is fresh.
Where they take care of the planet. I want to live in the best city. The cleanest city.
I want to live in a clean power city.
By 2030, SMUD will be 100% carbon-free, so you can live in a clean power city. Join the charge at cleanpowercity.org.
Tough one, Adam Moffat. It stings a little bit. You know, it's a draw. You had an opportunity or two. You had an opportunity on Wednesday night. Couldn't find the back of the net when needed, and a disappointing run of 8 consecutive playoff appearances likely coming to an end. It's not officially over. However, it's going to be pretty tough.
It's definitely not the result that was required. Again, not mathematically impossible, but almost trying to climb Everest at this point. It's tough as we see some of the highlights here from the game, and this is great. Duke Lacroix at the end of the first half, throwing his body in front of it, which in turn leads to Sacramento's best chance of the game. It was Kamawasa showing his speed, and
love the effort from Iwasa too. Joe is going shoulder to shoulder, taking on bigger man, and then Formella, really great run, just the wrong side of the boot, and you're looking at a 1-0 victory probably today if that goes in. 55 minutes in, Sacramento not done yet. Emil Quayle, really some fantastic one-on-one efforts today. And this one nearly a chance, deflected away. It was the story of the game, though. That back line for Tacoma made timely stops today and should be credited with getting this shutout today against Sacramento.
Yeah, and this was a great chance for Belmar. He's really not much to be said there. He's got to put that in the far bottom corner. As a striker, that's your job. That's what he came in for, and failed to capitalize once again.
And here's Quayle, nearly an own goal by Tacoma. Hits the crossbar, and Iwasa had a chance, but failing back, and Herrera was able to get back in place. Would have been a real devastating way to end the game for Tacoma after a valiant effort all day. And then at the end of the match here, nearly a game-winning goal. Saldana coming up big.
That was massive by Saldana. He had a couple of really good saves, and again, if Sacramento somehow manages to make the playoffs, that moment right there is big time.
Toyota full-time stats, 13 shots, 2 on target, 14 for Tacoma, 2 on target as well. Republic had most of the possession. They had opportunities, they had looks, just unable to get that final one to go. Really the theme of the season, unfortunately. And so let's take a glance at the standings. These two teams tied at 34 points apiece. Oakland right there as well, 34, but they've got a game still to go, as does Tacoma. And then LA, loving this result is what they are. And we'll see what happens at the rest of the afternoon. So LA, Oakland, Sacramento, Tacoma, all still in it. Just 2 points separates these four.
Tight end of the season.
Those are Pacific Division standings brought to you by Honda. Well, it was Kids Day. We had a fun day, beautiful afternoon. Unfortunate result. Sacramento hoping for the win. Did not get it, but I want to thank our entire crew, our producer Ava Ponte, for Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. We'll see you next weekend right here on the My 58.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.